YouTube, welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Look where I am, Harley Davidson, Guildford. I came out today to help Mr. Teapot One, Bruce, film a ride on the Fat Boy. No, not me, the bike. And Harley Davidson have kindly said to me, do you want to take out a Lowrider S? Because this is the one I like. And yeah, so we're going to do that. We've got kind of a dual thing going on. He's going to do the review on that bike on his channel, so go and check that out, and I'm gonna talk rubbish on that bike because I don't know anything about it, so I'll have to do the research after and just drop a link down in the comment section down there. So we're gonna get on, ride, have a bit of fun, and it's all down to this man here, Bruce, Mr. Teapot One.
So the plan today is I do not know where I am, and Mr. Fish has got the same sense of direction, so I'm going to be using the Cali Moto app. We're going to generate a random ride, we're going to hit the road in this beautiful sunshine. We're going to do our best to get you some lovely film. Let's hit the road.
Right, good. I'm looking forward to this. What we got? We got a 19-inch on the front here, 110. What we got in the back? 180. That was a guess. 180, 70. What are we talking? 16-inch on the back. We got a 16-incher. Right, so I'm looking forward to this. Let's start it up. Let's have a little listen to this, because both these bikes have got aftermarket exhausts on. I don't know what stage they are. They do stage things in Harley Davidson, don't they? Like stage 1s, 2s, 3s, so I don't know what. I think exhaust and filter is stage 1. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
I read it somewhere. Hold on, hold on. Shh, shh.
Oh my good God. That is insane.
That actually hurt my ears. Let me turn this off and we'll have a listen to yours. We'll have a listen to your Fat Boy.
Hey. Right, first of all, let us... Oh.
You got Vance and Hines on yours, and this one's got Two Brothers Racing, TBR. I like that. That sounds good.
I don't think I like...
Oh, it's a weird riding position. It's got mid mounts, but slightly forward. And I've got long legs, as you know, if you watch my channel, like a stick insect, a fat one, a log insect. And where are we going?
This looks all right. About 3-hour ride, 113 miles. Is that all right?
That'll do.
These take diesel, don't they?
Yeah, rocket fuel by the sound of that.
Right, let us start this. Could you kill that one and I'll start this? Cheers.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It does, doesn't it? Oh. Yeah, I like that.
It's amazing, isn't it? All this money we got here, we're just children over the exhaust note.
I know.
It's going to take a little bit of getting used to this.
Now this is going to be weird, this, because we're going to have to share our head cam footage, so we've got the dialogue. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. Yeah. This is weird. This is the first dual motovlog review.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you call it?
I don't really know. Oh, wow.
Whoa, this has got some torque.
Yeah, it has, isn't it?
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, the pop on the overrun. Right. So for people on my channel, this is the Lowrider S. Don't know anything about the price, specs, power, that sort of thing. All I know is it looks amazing, sounds amazing, and at the moment I've got to get used to the riding position because I feel like I'm going to have a rectal exam. But I didn't say that was a bad thing, though. I'm just saying that's what it is. So you've got to get used to it. It'll probably take me about 5-10 minutes to get used to it because I'm used to being up in the air on the Africa Twin. but I have to say, I feel like I'm going to swear again now, I feel like a seriously bad mother on this. I really do. I am pure, what's his name, Jax Teller. We are Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Sons of Anarchy. Obviously he's a lot prettier than I am, but yeah, I get it. I'm enjoying this.
It just makes you want to rev it, doesn't it? And
oh yeah, I want to look for tunnels. The good thing about these bikes is we can ride as slow or as stupid as we want, and no one's going to say anything. Because this bike looks mean, and so does yours, but you've got a beard as well sticking out from the helmet. They know we're proper.
And we're both about 6'3", and I would say a minimum of, what are you, 17, 18 stone?
I'm 18 stone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Oh, do you know what? I love the look of this bike, and I've only been on it for 5 minutes, and I'm kind of falling in love with it
already.
For no other reason apart from how I actually feel on it.
Yeah,
I can't comment on the handling or anything.
Yeah.
Just the noise and how I feel on it at the moment.
Mate, I was exactly the same when I took out that street light. You know, everything about that bike would make me go, no, not a chance. And then I got on it and rode it, and it was like, oh god, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, and I'm glad I wore the right gear. I got the hoodie on as well, so I even look like I'm meant to be on this bike now. I wonder if they got slipper clutches.
Oh, I don't know.
No, because there's a lot of talk. I just wonder. I'll have to check that out afterwards. As I said, for the people on my channel, I have no idea. I wasn't expecting to ride a Harley today, just to film Bruce. I've lucked out today. You got your indicator on, Bruce?
Have I?
Yeah.
I don't know how you cancel these.
They're meant to be self-cancelling, so I don't know how far in the air, when you're upright, till it cancels. I will say about these mid-mounts though, I keep hitting my shins on them and my calves, because they're naturally where I want to put my feet. So that takes a little bit of getting used to, but as I said, on most bikes, it only takes you 10 minutes to get used to a bike.
Right, this is going to be weird, this doing a joint vlog. That's not going to work, is it? If we're both doing a review at the same time, that's not going to work. So,
I don't know how to do I'll tell you what, I'll just ride for a bit, and you can do your review. And I'll just go, oh, and make some sexual noises behind you every now and again, because I love this bike. Does that sound about right?
All right, well, I mean, you can mute the intercoms.
Oh, I didn't even know how to turn it off yesterday. I'm going to do that now, see what happens. Are you still there?
I'm still there.
Right, probably got to hold it a bit longer then. Do you know what, at slow speeds, this is not bad at all.
Do you know,
I was really expecting it to be like want to fall over.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's really nice at low speeds. I would even dare to say, I mean, this is pushing it a bit, but I could commute on this.
Bloody hell, seriously?
Yeah. I mean, my legs might not thank me for it, but it's got really, really good balance. I don't know about yours, but this is really well balanced.
I haven't even thought about it yet. So I suppose that's probably a good thing, because it's not something that's made me go, oh crap.
That's it, you're not frightened of it.
No, not
Whereas
at all.
a lot of these, a lot of people on big bikes like this are intimidated before they even get on.
Yeah.
But once you get to ride them, I don't like that statement, oh, the weight disappears when you get moving, because obviously it doesn't, does it? Otherwise you'll be floating, and it doesn't feel like I'm floating. Oh, do you? Yeah, I'll take that back. I love it when you say it. It's one of my favourite statements you make.
I'm encouraging your conviction, John. Come on, stand by it.
Yeah, maybe we should mute the intercoms and do our own reviews.
I think maybe, is it the front one? Maybe it's the front one, I'll try that.
Well, if you fiddle about with it and it turns off,
sweet,
then we know.
Oh, I've started a podcast playing in my head. Oh god, this is it right up. Right, we need to buy this. What a cluster this is.
What's the CC of these bikes? Got to be up in the 18s, isn't they?
It's a 114 cubic, because they do everything cubic, don't they, at Harley?
Yeah.
They don't do CCs and all that. So this is a 114 engine on this.
I mean, I'm just going along on the torque. It's a little bit jerky, but I'm not even touching the accelerator. The torque's just pulling me along. Good.
I'll tell you what, I'll switch mine off and then I'll switch back on again in a bit, okay?
Okay.
Right, let's do that.
Right, you there or you gone?
Oh, I'm still here.
That worked well.
I thought I switched it off.
We're professionals, you see. Maybe
Yeah.
we can get on that drive channel like those two from motorcyclist.com, whatever it is. Right, let me try mine. So it's the one at the bottom and the one at the front held together, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, I'm off.
No, you're not. You're still there.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Right,
Oh,
I'll just
no,
turn it
now
down.
I'm off. He
Right.
said goodbye. Yes. Cool, right. We are done. Right, let's crack on with this review. As I said, thank you very much to the boys down at Guildford Harley. I wasn't expected to ride anything today. I was just coming up to help Bruce in front of me, who's doing a review on the 2020 Fat Boy. This is the 2020 Lowrider S, and it's a bike I love. This is my favourite looking bike in the Harley range, and it was outside of the shop, and I just happened to mention it. And they said, do you want to take it for a ride? You're here anyway. And I went, yeah, I'm not an idiot. Of course I do. Of course I do. Yeah, the only thing I've got to watch is my feet keep catching this naturally. So yeah, I just have to adjust. That's all. I can feel the heat coming off this exhaust, but then we have been sitting in traffic. And all I'm doing is following Bruce. He's got his Kalimoto app out. We've got a round trip. I think we've got about 3 hours out on the bikes today. So I'm going to give you, it's kind of a first impressions review. And kind of a ad hoc sort of ride, because this is mainly for Bruce to do his. But I'll tell you what, woo! The torque is just fantastic, and the noise of these things. Do you know what? I've been on this bike for 10 minutes, and I know people say, right, Harley, very serious bike, but I'll tell you what, I'm giggling. I'm giggling like a little girl. Oh, I hope the sound of this bike comes out on the camera, because it just sounds, oh, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like, oh. Right, so here's the weird thing about this kind of review, because I was not expecting to ride it. I didn't ask the guys in the shop anything about it. I haven't done any research on it, so I can't tell you tank size. I can't even tell you the engine size, but I know it's got at least a stage 1 kit on it. It's got a Two Brothers Racing exhaust on it, and sounds amazing. Any other extras on there, I don't know. As I said, this is kind of an ad hoc ride. Definitely plenty of torque for the overtake. Do you know what? I'm getting used to the riding position now. I'm quite liking it. If I sit like far forward on the seat, if I hug into the tank, it's a little bit dirt bike-esque. Obviously, it's not as light, and it's not going to go around corners like a dirt bike. I'm not going to be able to throw it around like that, but it's that sort of, you can tuck your legs in and use your feet to steer it as well as the bars, if that makes sense. This is very much a face full of dirt from the top of that bloody truck. It's very much a counter steer sort of bikes, Harleys are. I'd always say counter steer them, learn to counter steer. If you don't know what that is, go and YouTube it. Someone out there will teach you. Basically, you push on the bars to get it around the corners rather than just pull it over. I don't think I explained that properly, but never mind. These new Harleys, if you've watched my videos before, I hated on a couple of Harleys with the old engine, and I'm going to stick by what I said about the old engine and what I didn't like about those Harleys. Plus they were rentals, so they were pretty abused, the gearbox were knackered, that sort of thing. But I rode a Milwaukee 8 over in the States a couple of years back, and I fell in love with that engine on the street glide. I thought it was absolutely amazing, and in this it's even better. It is even, well, it's on a par. That's a different type of bike, that's more touring. It was great for what I needed it for, but this for stirring the soul is just, it's just sex. That's the only way I can describe it. And not just any old sex, it's as if Carlsberg did sex. We haven't even got on the open roads. I'm stuck behind a lorry. I am stuck behind a lorry, and I'm just enjoying it, especially on the overrun. I don't know what gear I'm in. It's got no, has it got a gear indicator? Yes, it's got a little gear indicator here, so that's quite handy. Although with the torque of this engine, you could probably pull off in top gear. I don't even know how many gears it's got. Right, I'm just going to click it right up. Right, it's got 6 gears. So I just went all the way up then. So 6 gears, which is plenty. Oh. I'm getting little tingly feelings through my nether regions. I will say my hands are starting to ache a little bit, the right one, but that's just because I'm not used to the riding position, and my backside's getting a little bit, I don't know, I can feel the pressure, but that's because I'm riding slow and it's like stop start. So once we get past this lorry, right, since we're stuck behind here, let's get on with the ergonomics. For those of you that don't know, I'm 6'2". I am quite long in the leg, wide in the shoulder, 18 stone. It feels weird at first, but I'm kind of getting used to it now. I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable Harley. If you want a comfortable Harley, you get one like Bruce's in front with the footballs and the foot forward. This has got mid mounts, but they're not behind you, they're not under you sporty, they're slightly to the front. So if you've got short legs, or shorter legs than mine, as I said, I've got quite long thighs, really long thighs, so you'll be all right on this. Yeah, so the seat, very, very comfortable. It's more the position that's making me slightly uncomfortable, but the actual seat is very nicely sculpted. It's got quite a lot of padding. It looks more uncomfortable than it is, and when you accelerate, it shoves you right back into the bucket of it. It's well thought out. But I want to get this on some twisty roads. I want to hustle it. Bar width, very nice. It's actually probably pretty similar to the width of my shoulders. I'm only out slightly, and I do like that. I do like a wide bar. Mirrors are excellent. I can see everything I need to behind me. The only problem I've got with a mirror is when I go for the clutch, I sometimes hit my knuckle on it. But again, all these things are just stuff you need to get used to, because they're not the same as the bike you ride every day. Dials, I like dials, they're analog. I like the fact that they're analog, and I like the fact that they're here. The only problem with them being there is you have to look down to read them. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but it's just, if you're tall like me, it might be a little bit of an annoyance. This on the overrun. Right, we're in second now. 3,000 revs, waiting for a straight piece of road. Here we go. This thing has got some serious jump. Wow. Wow. Oh, bend. Where everyone cracks themselves. Let's see what it's like on a bend. Now let's do this in third. Hope Bruce went this way. Oh, suspension's a little bit harsh, a little bit on the stiff side, but that aids the handling, so not all bad. It actually makes sense. It's not bad at all. I mean, who says Harleys can't go around corners? It'd be much better without these cars in front, no? I'll tell you, shuffle forward in the seat and ride it like a bit of an idiot, and it's good. I mean, it's not a sports bike, it's not supermoto. Boy, it handles the bends really, really well. Get rid of your preconceptions. Yep, you got to muscle it. I've got no problem with saying that. You've got to think about it. You've got to put the effort in. But it's very, very rewarding. You put the effort in, it rewards you. Tell you what, the front brake's pretty good as well. I could get used to the noise of this. It's a really nice riding position for wind blast, if that makes sense. It's not a thing that many people say, but I'm getting a nice cool breeze through this jacket. It's hitting me in all the right areas, like under the armpits. You know, when you're crouched over bikes, your armpits sweat. Put on a Harley, because it's got quite high bars, It's actually nice, there's a nice breeze on the pits here. Oh yeah, oh this thing handles really well. It's got some poke. Whoa, I know. I've got to get used to these indicators. They're right on the right bar, left on the left bar, but evidently they are self-cancelling, so you haven't got to worry about them once you're out of the turn. It's just the noise of this, even at slow speeds. It's so deep. It literally stirs the soul. I would say at this point I prefer feet forward, just for the comfort of it. But I suppose, I don't know, you can get highway pegs for this. I don't know how Harley Davidsons work, what you can get for what. I suppose being a Harley Davidson, it's probably got about 4,000 different things you can get to put your feet on. I'm just trying to find out what the right riding position for this is, and I think it's kind of slightly back in the seat and over the handlebars, and then you can push into it a little bit. Front brake is really, really good, to be honest. I don't know what calipers they are, what make they are. I'll tell you what, that fat boy, it sounds weird. I feel like I'm insulting Bruce when I say that. The fat boy in front of me looks epic. Sounds like I'm insulting him but loving him at the same time. Yeah, that Harley fat boy really does look good from the back. It looks better than this. This has got the number plate that's on top of the mudguard, which I don't like. I prefer it when it's at the bottom there. The only time it works on top is if you're going to use it to stop your stuff falling off if you strap some stuff to the back. This is the one I've liked out of the Harley Davidson range, and I was a little bit apprehensive to ride it because I thought, what if I hate it? What if I absolutely hate it? But I can tell you now, I don't. I bloody love it. Oh, there's a lot of potholes up here. Yeah, Bruce's turning circle won't be as good as mine because he's got a, I don't know what the rear section of that is. I think it's a 240, whereas this is a 180. So this is going to be a bit more agile. So if you want an agile bike, don't get the one with the fattest rear tyre. Just a little tip for you there. Right, now I know which ones. Has this got dual fuel caps or? Ah, that's nothing. Alright, don't. Oh shit. Alright, how does that go back on? I've just got to fix the bike, Bruce. I just pulled off the wrong cap. I mean, it's still saying 2 bars, so I'm not sure what the reserve is. Let's see if it's got a, has this got a computer? This might have a computer, might give me a range. 62 miles it's saying. Okay. Yeah.
Right, we'll go back, we'll just follow this thing.
U-turn on a cambered road on a Harley. Oh, suits you, sir. It's actually easier than I thought. I've just had a little scroll through the trip computer here. It's got a little computer here that recycles through this button here. And it's got a range on it, which is nice. I mean, it's only an estimate. It depends on how you ride. It can go up and down, but it gives you a ballpark figure. So if you aim for about 30 miles, should be fine. I have to say, Bruce, if you're watching this video, I hate to say it to you, mate, but you suit that bike. This is kind of what Harley Davidson is all about, isn't it? Cruising around the countryside, some nice roads, nice bikes with your mates. All makes sense, all makes perfect sense. Do you know this bike's got so much torque, so much pull? You know when you go to the gym and you pull on the barbells and you start to get those blisters on your palms? Yes, from the gym, not from the other thing, but that's the kind of torque this thing's got. If you pull this hard, I shouldn't say pull this hard in that statement, if you throttle hard on this all the time, you're going to end up with blisters on your palms. It's a weird analogy. This is fun, and the soundtrack is purely sexual. He's scraping the boards around a lot of corners. It still goes around the corners, but it's scraping a little bit more, where this has got much better ground clearance. so you can throw it into the bends a lot easier, and they fold up as well, so if they do touch down they're going to come back on you, they're not going to dig in, hopefully. Right, let's see how much she takes. Oh, that was warm on the leg there.
How do you take it off?
I twist it.
Just twist. Mine we just twist it.
Yours, don't do the left one. There's nothing under there. Right, there we go. We are full up at, oh, obviously hasn't got a big tank. £12.45. Oh, that's why I wear a crash helmet, you see. I've sussed why I wear a crash helmet. It's not for bike riding, it's for walking in there. I hit my head on every beam in there. Right, it's going, oh, look at it. It does look bloody good. This has got the 114 as well. It's got some serious shove. Serious.
It doesn't turn very well.
I fucking...
Has it?
I'm just hanging on, mate. I'm digging into the seat, hanging on. But you know when you're like, yeah. Right, while Bruce is in there, let's have a little look round. She's a good looking bike. As I say, can't tell you much about it, but I can tell you that that exhaust sounds absolutely amazing. It's worth it just for that. This has also got the 114 CI lump in it, whatever that means. Milwaukee 8, I know that. I've ridden that in the Street Glide, but the Street Glide I had was, I think it was a 108, 109, I'm not sure. This is the more powerful one, and yeah, it's got a lot of shove. Sits you right back in there. Very good looking bike. I love the black engine. I'm not a fan of chrome. That's what's put me off of Harleys in the past, is the chrome. Although the Fat Boy, again, not Bruce, the bike, I've got to say that looks absolutely stunning, and I would put a bet that's a whole lot more comfortable than this. Yeah, so quick go through of this. We got miles to empty, you got the clock, you've got total miles it's done, trip A, trip B, then back to miles in the tank. That's it. That's all you need really. It's saying I've got 196, just filled it up. I think it was about £12 something, so not too bad. It hasn't got a massive tank. Again, I shall have to look at the specs for that, for the size of tank. I tell you what, that bike does look good. That back tyre, it's got a fat bootay. Sir Mix-a-Lot would like that. He really would. Bloody children. Oh, it's lovely. I love the way my arms are in the heat. And it's so stupid to love the way your armpits are being cooled down. But it's a major selling point in the heat, having your armpits in the air. I never understood why people rode with their arms in the air. These aren't high bars by any stretch of the imagination, but all the bikes I've ever owned, the bars are sort of like below you, especially on the dirt bikes, you're leaning over the top. But hands up here, oh yes, I'm loving the coolage on the armpits. Yep, this is certainly more agile than Bruce's bike. The way you can ride the torque out the bends is, let's use the word, delicious. Catch up because I don't know where I'm going. Shifting up clutchlessly, it's so sweet. Goes into that gear on the upshift, you don't have to use a clutch. Really, really nice. Yeah, she's lovely. She and half shift. She really does shift. Pucker, absolutely sweet. I don't know when, Jamie Oliver then, I didn't mean to say pucker. Just mean to say she's sweet, really nice. She handles really, really well. What's that McDonald says? I'm loving it. Whoever says you can't have fun on a Harley, I said this on the Street Guide video when I was over in America. Whoever said you can't have fun on a Harley is lying to you, lying through their teeth. You can have fun on any single bike. It depends where you take it, what roads you ride, and your mental attitude, your frame of mind, what you want from a bike. When I do bike reviews, and I always say this, you've got to take the bike for what it is. You can't compare it to something where it's not in that category. This has no rivals, I suppose, not that I know of, not many. Maybe the Bobber by Triumph, I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't even put that in this category. So what I'm saying is you have to judge each bike for what it is, not for your preconceptions of how you want to ride, how you like to ride. If I was a MotoGP rider and I wanted to get my knee down everywhere, then this bike would make absolutely no sense to me, but I'm not. I'm just an average Joe, an average fish even, and I like to ride. I love different bikes for different reasons, and I'm loving this bike for what it's doing. Not only on the road, how comfortable it is. My legs have got used to it now, it's not too bad. It's slightly uncomfortable at the moment, but not too bad at all. I've been on a lot worse. But I'm loving the feeling I'm getting just riding along these country lanes. The torque, the power of it. It's just wonderful. And the sound from this exhaust. It makes you want to accelerate and then just back off so you can hear the overrun. So you're probably going to do more fuel than you would on a normal bike because you're accelerating, slowing, accelerating, slowing. They're winning me over. These new Harleys are winning me over. The Street Glide I had for a bit on the tour of America, and this, you know what, I'm becoming a fan. I really am. I'm getting drawn in. I'm getting drawn into the Harley life. I get it. I understand it. You could probably see that it was lifting my adventure lid off a little bit. These lids are not designed for naked bikes. Oh, it's got bags of torque for out of the bends. Woosa! Oh dear, I'll tell you what, when we reach puberty we're going to have such fun. You know when you got that saying where a bike makes you feel alive? That's what this is doing. It's just doing something to me. I don't know what it is. Don't tell the wife, but it's doing something to me. Just sitting back like this, cruising, sunshine. It's only a 30-mile-an-hour road, but we're just chilling. It does this well, it does speed well, it handles well for what it is. I'm not saying it's a supermoto compared to that. I'm saying for what it is, the wheelbase and the style of bike it is, it handles better than it's got any right to. Where the clearance is, just took my foot off the peg. So that's where the limit is. The foot peg folded up and took my foot with it. So I just have to be a little bit careful about that. Maybe I should have worn my sports boots with the toe sliders on. but it went round. The foot peg may have folded up, but it went round. It's really nice for the clutch and the shifts. It really works well. This is good. This is good. Oh, this is going to sound good. I'm so sorry. Everybody, I'm sorry, I can't help it. I can't help it. It's just, oh dear. Yeah. I really enjoyed that. It's nice when you got to put some input into it. As I said before, makes you feel like you're living a little bit.
You still in love?
Oh my god.
That's nuts.
I enjoyed that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, so whoever says Harley Davidson doesn't handle, yeah, you got to put some effort in. Let's not be silly about it. It's not a supermoto, but I'll tell you what, if you put the effort in, it's bloody rewarding, isn't it? You feel, I was saying, it gets under your skin. It's like it gets in your soul. Yeah. The way, because you're putting
2 meters.
Oh yeah, sorry, 2 meters. Because you're putting so much effort in, you feel better for it. So here we are back at Guildford Harley Davidson. The bikes are back in one piece. Bruce on the Fat Boy, but me on the Lowrider S. And I have to say, I kind of fallen in love with this bike. It is absolutely mega. That's the only word I can use for it. It's a childish word, I know, but it is. It's amazing. That exhaust sounds phenomenal on the overrun, and when you're gunning it, the exhaust is just, oh, if you're going to get this bike, get that exhaust. It sounds amazing. So I'd like to say thank you very much to Harley Davidson of Guildford. As you know, I didn't plan on riding anything today. I was just going to help Bruce out, shoot his video, but I've made a first impressions review for you guys on the 2020 Lowrider S. And I have to say, I will put my hands in my pockets and buy one. What I will do is I'll leave the specs for this bike down in the description box. I shall also leave the link to Harley Davidson Guildford down in the descriptions box, and Bruce's channel and all his stuff over there. That's Bruce. I shall leave the description to all his channels over there, and then you can go and watch the video on the Fat Boy. The Fat Boy? No, the Fat Boy. So it's amazing, and then you can do what you want to do. I just got to end the video here, so that just leaves me to say thank you very, very much for watching. Do appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to do all those things that you need to do. Also hit that notification bell so you guys can get a drop on this video. I shall see you on the next one. You know I love you all. Stay safe. Fish out.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong. So go ahead and get gone.